I am a candidate for governor for the 99%. Who's the 1%? I'll get to that. We are the 99%, and I'm here to represent all of us. When the 1% is abusive, when the 1% block progress, when the 1% don't let students get the best education, when the 1% keeps small businesses from growing, and when the 1% keeps some businesses from forming in the first place, we, the rest of us, should be overthrowing that 1%'s power. Peacefully, but overthrowing it. I'm your heat-seeking missile in that regard. This 99%, it's almost certainly you. You are, well, let's see. You are probably moms concerned about your child's education. You're the moms and dads who are fed up with filling out form after form, paying extra for kids' activities because of the possibility of a lawsuit, because lawyers have just bollocksed up all the regulations and cut your kids' freedom. You may be the moms and dads and grandparents who saved for a child's college education, only to see a slot go for an immigrant. I suspect you are the moms, dads, grandparents, and great-grandparents who understand the American way and feel that we have lost a lot of it. We've seen it lost in good-feeling, nice-sounding trends that we should resist, like government paying people who don't want to work, like having trigger warnings on speech, like having snowflake juveniles and childlike sensitivities being protected by trigger warnings first, like allowing males to leer at girls in their school locker rooms because some transgender person feels more comfortable there. You perhaps are urban African Americans who are tired of yet another year going by without unraveling Sheff versus O'Neill, this horrible court case that judges can't figure out. It's that case that keeps your students in bad city schools. You might be liberal white Americans who sympathize with blacks who are underemployed. You are in the job market. You're sick of progressives who force employers to keep you from having a fulfilling job. You want to build a career, another group. You're pissed because there's Obamacare, the ACA. It has kept employers from wanting to employ anyone more than 29 hours. You want to build a career. You do that on 40 hours a week or overtime beyond 40. You're willing, and yet your progressive legislators don't allow it. Maybe you're a Republican. You know this. Okay? You've been against this for a long time. But you're frustrated that in D.C., when they elect Republicans, they act like Democrats. They don't make big changes. You have a Republican Congress for the last year and a half, and a Republican president, and Obamacare is still there. They haven't undone any of it. You are pissed that in Connecticut, you have a General Assembly that won't defund sanctuary cities, that has bureaucrats that won't fire bad state employees for misdeeds. You have the right ideas, and then you see people elected who don't follow through. Example A, Jody Rell. B, John Rowland. C, Lowell Weicker. All Republicans who don't act in your interest. I'm a Democrat, but a liberty-minded one. Jefferson would be in my camp. Jefferson today would be a libertarian. JFK would not be a Democrat lockstream anymore. He'd probably be a Republican, maybe a libertarian too. MLK would almost certainly be an independent. So independents and Republicans, and I think most Democrats, can unite in a candidacy that espouses individualism, that's here, that defunds government where private enterprise can do things better. That happens here. You know that private welfare is better than government welfare. I'm the guy who's going to extricate, and in the process, reduce the budget outlay. That's how you can afford to cut taxes. My opponents don't really have that mindset. They're tinkering and things may or may not add up. They add up easily when you reduce the role of government and in the process have services that government does now be done better. Private welfare is so much better. And it got taken away from us in the 20s and 30s by progressives then who thought they knew better. And we've had now 90 years of experience to say it doesn't work. I'm a candidate for government that works. That 1% should be shown the Assembly. That's the General Assembly. They can't get a budget done on time. When they do get a budget done, it has loopholes, so others in the top 1% get away with stuff. Like the football coach turned legislator who greases the skids for his friends. Like those on the lottery board who let an administrator quit, but then get 6 months' pay and more than full salary and the bridge to a 10-year vesting for state employment that then we have to pay for the rest of her life. You can prod the General Assembly a little bit, but I'm the better prod. Okay? As governor, I can call out those who are irresponsible. I can never sign a bill that includes a state pension. I will not. I will never even read a bill that is longer than 2 pages. Something that is so long ends up being a sop to some group. It'll pass through some legislators' unwitting eyes. It won't pass by me. If you want good legislation, you make it short, then I'll read it. State employees committing malfeasance, they get fired. It's egregious if it is. Their pensions get reduced. I'm for good government. We can all be proud of that. With good government, we can pay our good employees very well. With government that's good, we can have people who are enriched because our government is helping make them wealthier, make them freer, make them better educated. We can do that in the next 4 years. I'm here to make that happen maybe for the first time in your lifetimes. Please consider my candidacy. StewartForLiberty.com. Thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the trail.